Yep.
Get him away from us. He's already bitten me, possibly killed another person.
Get them away from us. A horrific scene. An elderly man mauled and killed this afternoon by two dogs.
And we do want to warn you, the details and the video we're about to show you are hard to watch. This is part of the video, part of that attack that we can show you. The bloody scene unfolding in front of witnesses on Deplis Street off of Couples Road on the west side. Firefighters say they had to use their emergency tools just to try to get these dogs away from the man they had mauled just feet away.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a dead body right there. And they have blurred it out. So the firemen were driving down the road and they saw one pit bull, dragging an elderly man, dragging him down the street or the sidewalk. Just one. Dragging a grown man. Do y'all know that there were actually small dinosaurs? There were small dinosaurs. Not all of them were massive. But even the small ones could kill you. You don't need tremendous size to be a deadly threat. And this makes all dogs a threat, but most certainly the large ones. Okay? This is, and you have several men unable to neutralize two dogs. How many men do we have here? How many men does it take? It's just two dogs.
His body behind that trash can. Patty Santos on the scene where she has been talking to neighbors who are just...
Did you see how he swung that axe? Look at how this guy right here swings the axe.
His body behind that trash can. Patty Santos on the scene where she has been talking to...
That has to be the most pathetic. That is the most pathetic thing I've ever seen in my life. That's just pathetic. How can we as men allow creatures into our community and treat them like family? Creatures that turn on us as often as these do and do the things that these creatures do. These things carry out the types of attacks that warrant the attention of the president, of everybody at the Pentagon. They target children and babies, and the elderly, the weak, the aging, the extremely young. And you still want to glorify these things. More than that, you still want to consider men supervisors. You want to call a home safe because one or two men live in it. No. These are men with weapons, still unable to neutralize these things, still acting as if they're terrified of them. You know? They're just standing back. Stay away, stay away. One of them on top of a car. That's pathetic. That is pathetic. That means you should not you don't allow dominant creatures into your territory. You don't do that. Do you understand, like, that we are not doing anything properly or correctly right now? This is the most backwards era ever. You don't welcome creatures that are dominant over you into your society, and least of all, treat them like family and say that you have to keep them inside your house. These people make personal attacks on other dog owners who refuse to let their dog live inside the home. They viciously ridicule those types of dog owners who keep their dog outside and treat the dog like a dog. They viciously attack those types of dog owners. So they literally force you to treat the dog like a family member, as if it's a human being living inside the home. All that does is maximizes the possibility of an attack. And that's why most attacks take place where? Inside the home. And they're still telling you that bringing them inside the home reduces the chances of it attacking anyone. Are y'all aware of that? I know I've been talking about this stuff and saying the things that I'm saying now. Everything I've just said, I've said several times over several years. We are aware of that they say that you need to bring the dog inside the home and treat it like a family member. They say the reason for that is to reduce its aggression levels. That's what they say. They say that that's part of socializing the dog. That's what they say. Now, I told y'all, my granddad had a dog, and he kept it outside. The dog was never aggressive with us, that I can remember. It was a hunting mutt. It was not a bully breed at all. It was a little funny looking hunting dog. And again, look at all the other animals of the world. They don't live inside of our homes. And if they did, they'd be less dangerous, a lot less dangerous than dogs. They don't live they don't grow up inside of our homes. Yet they're far less aggressive towards humans. And they still tell you, bring it inside the home. That'll reduce its aggression. How can any true journalist keep their hands off of this subject matter, off of this topic, off of this content is beyond me. You have some journalists who try to dibble and dabble. Y'all don't go deep enough. And that's a problem. People need to talk the way we talk here. Talk about this stuff. This elaborate con and leading people against their own best interests and having them function like zombies with no self-worth at all. Okay, I am bad. Let's finish this. Let's finish this. Okay? Back this up a little. This is horrible. This just happened. This just happened. I think hours ago. It's an 80-year-old man. They prey on the weak. You know these mutts roam? No, that does not surprise you, I know. They roam this neighborhood all the time.
Try to get these dogs away from the man they had mauled just feet away.
Yeah, his body behind that trash can. Patty Santos on the scene where she has been talking to neighbors. who are just getting word that a man was killed. In many ways, Patty, I have to think this is their worst nightmare.
Yeah, and as horrific as this attack was, they tell me they have been living in fear for a very long time of being attacked by these dogs, and now they're angry that an 80-year-old man and his wife were mauled by these dogs.
Now, she's talking about the residents in the community. This is why I say you got to take these people serious. All these people who are in possession of these things, eventually that dog is going to get out. It's only a matter of time. And it's going to get out several times over the course of however long they live there. These people are a threat. They are a threat to a lethal threat to communities. That's an irrefutable fact. I don't care what you think about dogs. I don't care how high you exalt them. The people in possession of these creatures are a threat to communities, and it's a very significant threat. It's nothing minor. They try to dumb it down.
Let's take a look. This is a video that a neighbor took.
He on top of a car. These grown men now, and this one dog right here in front of them. They can't neutralize it. He's seeking shelter and safety, hopping on a car for safety. The other one got a axe. This is pathetic. What you let the creature in the society for in the first place? Why'd you do that? Now you look dumb. And I'm just speaking about people in general. I'm not personally attacking these firefighters at all. They hats off to them. They pulled over to help. They saw a dog dragging a man, and they pulled over to help. Hats off to them. I'm speaking about people in general. That this should be unanimously agreed upon to keep these things out of our life. Period. Out of our life, out of our community, out of our mind. Okay? You might have to be satisfied with small dogs, because I could see that. If any government were to concede and say, you know what, you anti-dog people, you're right. You're right. These things are a threat, and a very lethal and consistent and well-proven, well-established threat. When you attack in the tens of thousands on a daily basis, people, that is an emergency. That's an emergency. There's no way around that. We have the statistics that they produce. That's an emergency. And I don't understand how more people are not outraged than the people who pamper these things. Stop. Look, these things are just that, things that need to be gotten rid of. That's what you do with things that are dangerous.
2 dogs going after firefighters, and basically firefighters just pulled up and started a rescue to keep the dogs away from the victims. A firefighter was also bitten, and a 4th person was taken to the hospital with a hand bite. Chief Hood says this was such an out-of-the-ordinary call. It was even traumatic for his crew.
Firefighters were very heroic in this instance, fighting off these pit bulls with pickaxes and pike poles.
Okay. So don't let what they did die. Don't let it be in vain. Make something out of it. You know, what's the next step? Because what just happened has happened several times. Happens every year. What you just saw. It's like every attack scene, they, in their mind, believe it's one rare thing, and hasn't happened for years, and I suspect many of them believe this. Like, oh, I've never heard, because you've heard people say that. Like, I've never heard of anything like that happening before. Some people truly don't. They don't keep up with the news, with dog attacks. Imagine the kind of world those people live in. They don't research statistics, don't know statistics. They don't keep up with the attacks. They're living in la-la land. These people are totally oblivious. On top of that, imagine that they're seeing these goofy memes, these pro-dog memes, and these goofy photos, these zoophile suspect photos that they post nonstop. They're, going buck wild over these photos. The type of mentality that creates. Yeah, a person like that would kiss one of these things or try to. Yeah, they would sleep in the bed. Because you're out of your mind at that point. That's why doing all that stuff don't surprise me. You're out of your mind just bringing them, just treating them like pets, period. And you go a step further, treating them like family members. This is insanity, man. These creatures need to be thankful more than any animal on earth. They should be more thankful to humans than any animal on earth. They're totally dependent on us and have been for how long? Why haven't they gotten the message? Why do they still itch to kill people? It is not like they exclusively target their aggression towards other dogs and animals. They target humans the most. They target everything the most. They target all living things more than any other living thing. Even anything you think of, rabbits, squirrels, and they're usually bully breeds. These were bully breeds.
To try to get to the patients. During that time, one of the captain on the ladder was bitten in the leg. Thankfully, he is okay. Unfortunately, we do have two people that were mauled by these dogs.
And just about an hour.
Like, where's the intelligence? Where's the intelligence here? You get a lot of people who like to brag on their IQ and the advancement of their civilization, and oh, look at how far we come, and we're so intelligent. Where's the intelligence right here? This is shameful. This is shameful. You got this mutant demonic beast that has just killed someone. One of them is fending off 3 grown men who have weapons. How is this even possible? Well, if you can't control it, if you can't neutralize it, and this is what kills me, when they say that a dog owner should be they're required to have their dog under control. 3 grown men with weapons can't control it. How you expect one person, least of all some small person, small woman? This is madness. So you see a scene like this, first thing pop in your head, like, why you let the creature in your society in the first place if you can't deal with them like a man? This right here is a video of men who are failing to look like men. And I'm not attacking these guys. I'm applauding these guys. But I'm saying I would look just like this if I was there. And I didn't have no gun. I'd have a weapon just like that. Granted, I might be really going at that thing trying to kill it. Because I suspect they're being reluctant in using lethal force. Well, I would have been swinging haymakers. The dogs, they would have been in trouble if I had that axe in my hand with that sharp point on the end. I would have been motivated to protect myself, but I would have looked just as silly and pathetic as them if I were there, because I look pathetic just wielding an axe and just needing to use lethal force like that against something that I considered family, a fur baby, harmless angel, exalting this. No, you cannot. We cannot have this. We can't tolerate this. Now, this is a deep, deep story. It has other legs.
The two dogs were taken away by ACS while the investigation is underway.
No, they want to have an investigation. They want to ask people. Now, they already know that these things have attacked somebody before. But this is one of those neighborhoods. This is one of those neighborhoods where I couldn't live. You know, I'm not going to tolerate the possibility of being attacked, leaving my home. And, you know, people, more and more people, they're not going to tolerate this. This is a type of terrorism. You have a real lethal threat. How else can you categorize that? A real lethal threat, everybody knows, will just randomly attack people. It's not like a human. It's not like human altercations where you're most likely to be attacked when you have some type of personal beef. No, we all know these things randomly attack people. You want to play this dumb game of calling it family. Wow. Okay. This gets worse, if I'm not mistaken.
A third dog was also taken away from the home, but the dogs have already bitten people in the past, and ACS says the dogs were returned after they were quarantined. They've also told us that they've been called to this neighborhood about...
Returned after quarantined. The first time that they bit someone.
Complaints dealing with dogs. Coming up at 6, you're going to hear from a woman who says her son was bitten by these dogs, and she's angry that it took someone dying for these dogs to be removed from this neighborhood. We'll send it back to you.
Keep up to date with all of San Antonio's top news, weather, and so much more by...
People. Yeah, this is madness. This is madness. Now that story, that elderly man being killed, this is an article on that story. And there you see, they saw an 80-year-old man being dragged on the sidewalk by one of two pit bulls, completely bloody. The elderly man was given blood at the scene, but died from his injuries. Tortured to death. An 80-year-old man. Where's the intelligence in that? And they're allowed to treat this like an isolated incident. That's the whole point of an investigation, is to treat it like an anomaly. Like, oh, this is something that's so abnormal. No, it's so consistent. You have more than one per month. In the United States alone, fatalities. On average, more than 2 per month. There ain't nothing rare about that. Nothing rare about that. 2 fatalities per month. That's what? 42 deaths per year. In a year, some years, there's more than 40. Excuse me, what is that? 24. What am I talking about? The average is higher than 2 per month. Okay, 12 months times 2 is 24. More like 4 a month. Closer to 4 a month on average. Deaths per year in this country alone. And this is not a problem. That's not an anomaly. That's not something we need to treat as rare, as, oh, this is so rare. And we're not even counting the mutilations. This does not include the mutilations. Jacqueline Duran, Brooklyn Curry. You don't have to be killed to be the victim of a horrific, unnecessary attack. Ridiculous. And these things are promoted as belonging inside of the home, preferably with your kid, baby, or toddler. In Hollywood, on ads, on popular websites, social media platforms, businesses, all across the country, they promote this. They will unnecessarily post a big image of a dog, a large dog, with a toddler alone. This is very normal to do and see in this country. Is that intelligent? Just, is that a display of intelligence or not? Let's have this IQ discussion, right? I'm a Black American. For a long time, the academic establishment here in America tried to argue that Black people have a lower IQ on average. Okay, let's have an IQ discussion. And you have to make a sound argument. How is that intelligent? Tell me, because maybe I just don't have a high enough IQ to understand how that's intelligent. So I'm willing to be exposed as yet another Black person with a low IQ. Not that there are not Blacks with high IQs. It's just an average thing. That's what they say. It's just on average. There's always exceptions. So, I want to give you the opportunity to expose me. I don't believe that's intelligent at all. I believe that's unintelligent. That's a true sign of a lack of intelligence if I ever seen it. An irrefutable sign of a lack of intelligence, of unintelligence, of absolute savageness, primitiveness. Nothing you could claim has evolved. There's nothing that's evolved about a lifestyle like that. What is it about that do you not understand? What is it about that do you not understand? There's nothing about that filthy, unnecessarily dangerous lifestyle to be proud of, you bumbling idiot. Please explain this to me. How is that intelligent? Bring him in your home and you make cartoons and stuff like that. Are you out of your mind? You make movies. You make these goofy movies. A lot of you breed these things. Tell me, all you nutters who follow this channel, tell me in the comment section, how is that intelligent? To welcome and treat these things like human family members. All of you, I want to hear from you pit nutters. I don't want to hear from owners of small dogs. I want to hear from you pit nutters. And you owners of other large, vicious breeds. How is that? Don't tell me nothing about no benefits of rubbing a mutt. Don't start that. You know that does not fly over here. You could rub literally a rock and feel better. How is that intelligent? Am I another low IQ Black American? I will be willing. I'll accept the stereotype. I will wear it proudly. Because I'm fully confident in what I'm saying here. Aren't you embarrassed to be engaged in something that is unintelligent and actually suicidal? That's irrefutable. This is a suicidal lifestyle, self-defeating, where you could be kept in a constant state of sickness that you're not even aware of, because you don't know how healthy you'd be without these things in our society. It has created a whole realm of filth that strengthens itself every year. Each year, 3 to 4 new zoonotic diseases appear in humans. 3 to 4. Where do you think most of them coming from? Probably from the creatures that they share body fluids with, that creatures also eat anything they find. This country is going to let me be careful. I'm sorry. People, this is not right. Listen, I'm sorry. I refuse to accept being engaged in something that's irrefutably unintelligent, suicidal, and filthy. Dangerously filthy. And I'm not exaggerating about nothing I'm saying. And this is why you anti-IHD people, you're worthless and you don't talk about nothing. You don't say nothing. That's why I don't say nothing to you. Not worried about nothing you're talking about, because you know you don't have no rebuttal. But I want to hear from y'all on this channel. I could fall into a bunch of different stereotypes. What kind of idiot gets up here and talks about something that dog owners say is intelligent? that is their lifestyle and have been for a long time. They make up over half of the population. How could you go against something that's so unanimously accepted by the masses of people? And the people who are not dog owners, most of them accept dogs in society. They accept them. They accept the family and all that type of stuff. They just don't own dogs themselves. How can you go against something like that? How can you directly argue against something like that and say that it should be eradicated? Shouldn't I be wrong? Shouldn't I be wrong about that? Okay, Nutter, prove it. Explain it in the comment section right now. Stop sitting there looking stupid listening to the video. Because I know a lot of y'all listen. Stop sitting there. Answer me. This is irrefutably dumb. It's unintelligent. Irrefutably. Don't tell me that you don't have no pride in being intelligent. Is that what you're trying to say? That you're aware that it's not intelligent, but you don't care? What, because you think it's cool? It's Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan? I think Joe Rogan listens. You, Mr. Intelligent, explain to us how this lifestyle is intelligent. No. Tell me how this is not completely immoral. This lifestyle. Completely immoral. 100%. Like dangerously immoral. That's irrefutable. That's not my opinion. Do y'all understand that? That's not my opinion. It's immoral. The whole dog lover world. Listen, when you got something that targets those 13 and under, there's no way you can protect the presence of something like that, whatever it is, and be a person of high morals. That's impossible. You understand? Are you following? When you have a creature that targets those 13 and under, and that under goes all the way down to 0, targets them over 50% of the time, and they produce, 5 million attacks? Stop. You cannot, under no circumstances, defend their existence in society and be a person of high morals. That's irrefutable. Where are you dog lover philosophers who are so intelligent, who can refute anything, especially an uneducated person like myself? Where you at? Don't pretend like you don't hear me. Don't sit there like you don't know who IHD is. I'm talking to at least one of you are listening right now. Tell me, Mr. Smarty Pants or Mrs., how is this intelligent? How is it evolved? How is it not completely immoral? I'm not just jumping on YouTube saying a bunch of inflammatory things, just to, offend people or whatever, shock value. No. This is a real argument. I'm making a statement. I'm an accusation. I'm telling you it's an accusation. It's an argument. And I'm asking you to prove me wrong. I'm saying it's immoral, unintelligent, and dumb. It's a whole bunch of things. And it's not my opinion. You got something like this around, treating it like family, that's dumb. And it's sad that you're willing to accept that. That's the saddest part about it. You see, another elderly person tortured to death. Huh? Do you not feel nothing about that, huh? In broad daylight. How many of y'all seen this? Oh, wait a minute. Oh boy. Not that. Where is this? Right here. What is going on? What's going on? Now, wait a minute.
We're getting new video out of Walker County showing a woman attacked by a group of dogs. We warn you, this video may be disturbing to some. This happened in Carbon Hill. Police say the Walker County Animal Control Officer now has a report and criminal charges could be filed. The person who gave us the footage says the woman who was attacked ended up going to the hospital. And you can see someone chasing those dogs away.
Oh my goodness.
It looked like
going to the hospital. Disturbing to some.
4 dogs. And you saw her yelling at them. And they pursued her until she fell. That's what they wanted. They wanted to latch on to a limb and pull in opposite directions. They're killers. They attack to kill. They go after the neck, the throat area. If it's a bully breed, they will most likely, clamp down, hold, and shape, which destroys. It does that to destroy. This is a style of attack you can't compare to a bite, as if a peck, something that just leaves minor puncture wounds or barely punctures the surface. Call that a bite. That's what most bites are. But these things, by instinct, attack in the most destructive way possible. And that is the family member, the same as a 2-year-old. Wow. This is backwardness on a whole nother level. A whole nother level. This is part of what causes me stress. Telling you now, it's damaging my nerves. I can feel it. That's why I'm on here talking about it. Why do you think I talk about it so much? You think I just like attention? No, I'm venting. These are vents. And they have to be done. This world is insane. It's not my fault. I didn't make it like I'm trying to turn it around. Don't have a problem with me. Y'all come here and talk as if I want something bad. I'm not the one who want people's throats ripped out. Oh, IHD's the bad guy. Now, y'all remember this? Probably not. 37 views. It was uploaded 12 hours ago.
6-year-old girl from Chesterville is at Boston Children's Hospital after she was attacked by a dog. Her mom says the pit bull mix bit her daughter's face.
That little girl has been in the hospital for almost a week now. CBS 13's Asia Reed has...
Now, I talked about this. Okay? I talked about this. I'm about... Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. I'm about to increase the volume. Sorry about that. All right, brace yourself.
It's the latest in her condition, and we do have a warning. Some of the images are graphic, and you may find them disturbing.
This is 6-year-old Lily Norton waiting for the school bus, and here she is with her 3 siblings. Now, a devastating dog attack has left this little girl in the hospital. Her mother shared this picture with us.
Is she gonna make it?
That's what ran through her mom's mind.
Okay. Here what she said. They wrote that in bold letters or lettering. I know they highlighted it. That the first thing the mother asked is she going to make it? When she heard that her daughter had been attacked, the first question, the first thing out of her mouth was, is she going to make it? Is she going to live? Yes, I'm playing detective. I'm playing the attorney. Doesn't that phrase or that question, doesn't that question suggest that the mother knew that this was a deadly creature? That everyone knew that? Because anyone could have asked that question. Is she going to live? Because we all understand that these are deadly, lethal creatures that attack randomly and prefer your smallest children. And how can you not marvel at how much this violates our current laws? How can you not be astonished at a dynamic like that? It baffles me. It truly baffles me. How you don't have any mainstream journalists who focus on this subject matter. And it just gets worse with time. It gets worse with time. We're on a destructive path, very destructive. There's a bunch of things in place that don't need to be. Human relations are bad enough as it is. No matter what class, people within the same class there's a bunch of people who get along. Let me focus and appreciate the people who are civil. I jump on the uncivilized people among us a lot. And I don't like to project the idea that most people are like that. That's not the case. Most people are very civil. But you have a segment among all groups who are knuckleheads. They're knuckleheads. And they have to be addressed. There's no way around it. There's no way around it. Where are the mainstream journalists? Huge violation of laws. And they're just sitting there, accumulating bodies. Just bodies piling up nonstop. Of all ages, but primarily 13 and under. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, I guess it was an accident. Oh, yeah? Yeah. Really? 1,000, ER visits a day? Accident each time. Okay. Wow. Yeah, it blows my mind. Right. there's well, the thing is, there's no benefits. It is all problems. Like everything about them is problem. Anything you'll find and you all understand that it's deadly, where you say, hey, somebody was attacked by a dog. First thing you ask, is she gonna make it? Is he gonna make it? It's like at that point, it's like, what are you doing? Okay, so why are you still keeping them around? If this is so normal, and it is, you can tell through people's language. Everybody knows you're deadly and anybody can get killed. But, well, we just keep it around. Keep it around. And just claim to be intelligent. That don't work. You can't live an unintelligent life and claim to be intelligent. That don't work. I'm sorry, people. I mean, it's impossible. It's impossible. And that's why that should be motivation for everybody to be anti-dog. Take pride in that. Take pride in the fact that you know you're living an evolved, clean, safe, intelligent lifestyle. Do you not find any pleasure in knowing that you practice a lifestyle like that? One that's conscious of very dangerous germs, bacteria, parasites you don't want transmitted into your body. You don't take pride in protecting yourself from stuff like that. Your offspring, here you bringing newborn babies around these filthy beasts, germ, parasite-ridden beasts. You don't find any pride in being a clean human being, knowing that you got a clean, germ-free, parasite-free, bacteria-free family. You take pride in infestating them with filth. That's crazy to me. And on top of all that filth, endangering them. The thing could kill them at any moment. And until it kills them, it's going to just destroy their health. Coughing all the time. Always sick. Always congested. Always with sinus issues. Man, these are some of the sickest people you ever want to be around. I'm telling you. They will just out of nowhere be coughing up a lung. Dander, inhaling all the time. And they claim that it strengthens your immune system. I don't believe that. I don't believe that, man. I healed a lot of things since I separated myself from dogness. I still get it on me and inside of me. You know? I don't have the right to have a problem with that. The inhaling dog excrement, contaminated air. Really? You found that, Mr. Scientist? And I'm just supposed to say, oh, okay, that's cool. And just not say nothing about it? Lord. This is too much, man.
After seeing her daughter's face after the attack. Dorothy Norton says Lily was at a friend's house while her friend's mom was dog sitting the pit bull mastiff. Norton says that...
What? You drop your kid off somebody that's dog sitting? Somebody in there with a dog and you know it's not even their dog? Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. What? This is me astonished. Why am I still astonished at this craziness? This utter craziness. And listen, all the time. All the time. When I'm wrong, I'll eventually feel it. It'll hit me. If I spend a lot of time thinking or focusing on something, if it's wrong or right, man, it'll hit me eventually. But to this day, man, my mind, I cannot wrap my head around anybody who will be in possession. Or when he said, least of all, if you a parent, or are you out of your flipping mind, you lunatic? Listen, if dog lovers claim to be so moral, then the ones who are parents, all of them will have only small dogs. Every last one of them. That would at least show that they're trying. That they're trying to live a righteous, safe lifestyle. At the very least, even if it's not healthy. But no. Not only that. Not only do people with families acquire these things, but they're the ones that's promoted the most. In fact, they'll remove the the father completely, both of them, and just show the dog, a big dog, along with a flipping toddler. Is that intelligent? Is it intelligent or not? Or is it stupid? Is it dumb, savage, nasty? Wow. Come on, man. I'm just making an argument. I'm just making an argument. That's all I'm doing. All you dog nutters, you come here, you want to hear me talk, and you want to hear what I'm saying. I'm just making an argument. I'm not just talking to be talking. I want to hear from somebody. See, and I will accept your silence. I will accept your silence as meaning that you don't have a rebuttal. I'm on YouTube to have fun. First and foremost. I never let go of that. Part of that fun is challenging people to a debate. And I don't want to debate just for the sport of debating, okay? I don't want to hear from you and you're all happy and gleeful just to, oh, I'll go back and forth with you, IHD. No, you better have a solid argument. How on earth is it intelligent to have these things living in society the way that they are? You better explain how that's intelligent. Okay? This is crazy. Okay, let's finish this.
The mother walked into the bathroom, leaving the two girls alone in the kitchen playing cards.
Okay, this girl who is not the owner of this pit bull left the pit bull alone with somebody else's child. The depth of just insanity. I cannot understand that. How is that even possible? How is that possible? You don't get nervous, not for 1 second, be like, whoa, well, it's kind of dangerous. That don't ever hit you? That don't ever hit you? You don't take a look at that dog, that bully breed, a pit bull, and man, and then look over at your toddler. You're like, whoa, man, it's kind of dangerous, huh? It's not that safe. Let me get this dog out of here and get me a tiny dog, a midget dog or something. Or let me get a cat or something else. Or nothing at all. That never hits them. Never, ever. And you know what I think? I think it does hit them. And when it does, they try to pretend like the dog and the child is the best of friends. That's when they try to bring the dog over to the child to lick on them and all this kind of stuff. Lord, Lord, Lord. I can't. It's too much.
Then the dog attacked. Norton says the mother heard screams. She walked into the kitchen and the dog let go of Lily's face. Lily was rushed to a nearby hospital and eventually flown to Boston Children's Hospital for surgery.
It was a 12-hour surgery and she has over 1,000 stitches.
Norton says her daughter
1,000 stitches in the world?
Always has high energy and is social.
She's very energetic, fun.
See, listen, that's the thing. It's not like the injury is a minor scratch. I wouldn't be on here talking about that. That's nothing to talk about. That's nothing to do a news article on, a broadcast on. They wouldn't report on that. A minor scratch. They report this was not a fatality. They're reporting it because it's an incredible damage. It's the severity of the injury. Right? That's the fascinating part. Right? 1,000 stitches. So, the media outlets, they report on this stuff with overt language. They flaunt the severity of the injury. They use it as a catchphrase. That's to get your attention. Hey, check this out. Whoa, 1,000 stitches. They flaunt the severity of the injuries that these things cause. Did you see them doing that with toys? Could you imagine if they did that with toys? Look at how badly this toy destroyed. Come get your child killer today. Oh, look at how badly this child was torn up by his new toy. This toy is on sale. It is going through the roof like hotcakes. This is unbelievable, man. What kind of alternate universe is this, man? Look, in my next life, can I go somewhere that makes sense? Is that asking for too much? I mean, look, I enjoy life. I love life. Don't get me wrong. But, I just want a planet that makes sense. That has some type of, okay, I see what's going on. People on the right path here. They're showing intelligence, value for health and safety. I can work with this. See, I can't work with this. You see? More and more people coming out. Hey, they can't work with this. All right, let's finish this. Man, the nuttery is real.
She loves being outside playing.
Lily is sedated until Friday and cannot talk yet.
What? Oh, goodness. 6-year-old sedated for days? Lord. That's severe. I can't show that, YouTube disabled comments. You show kids too long.
That's not a good thing, so they had to tie her hands down.
So she said that the girl tried to remove her feeding tube, and they had to tie her hands down.
Which is hard to see.
Norton says the dog will be quarantined for 10 days and evaluated. CBS 13 News reached out to the Chesterville Animal Control.
Quarantined and evaluated for rabies, but they have to do an investigation.
Officer. He said no information can be released about the pit bull. The investigation is ongoing.
Investigation. That's where they go around and ask, hey, you ever seen this dog be violent?
For now, Norton is focused on her little girl's recovery and can't wait until the moment she can hug her again. Asia Reed, CBS 13 News.
Coming up at 6, what's to come for Lily's surgery on Friday and how her mom can hold her for the first time since the attack.
What? This is bizarre. The way they report this. It's just reported as if, oh, isn't that horrible? Oh, the family, they're having a very rough time now. Isn't that horrible? And just leave it at that. Wow. What? Why? This is not necessary. You don't have to have such a wacky social atmosphere or culture or whatever you want to call it. What is this? What is this? Oh my goodness, why? Yeah, man, it's too much. Now I gotta go out and see these things on some goofy movie or commercial, some sign somewhere, somebody outside, these worthless mutts. I mean, why? Ugh, I just can't. Oh man, yeah, good comment, Dave. Said the human mind is a mystery, and dog nuttery is one of the greatest aberrations. Wow, it's mind blowing to me. You know, I'm fascinated by the human mind more than anything. Always have since a small child. Fascinated. It's an incredible organism. The most incredible organism. And we all know that. We all know that. The human brain. But it has been manipulated. That's a problem. That's an aberration. That's irrefutable. That's irrefutable. That's sad. You know? Hey, I didn't make it that way. I didn't ask for dog nuttery. I definitely didn't do that. Oh, man. Soda Pop said they get attention from the dog and make more for themselves just for having a dog. It really makes sense. Yeah, we are living in the upside down. Yeah, it's crazy. Everything, it's so many things. It's backwards. And backwardness is promoted. Crazy stuff. Yeah, it's like, what's going on? You have to wonder, like, is there something going on? Like, some elaborate scheme or some propaganda machine projecting these things as 2-year-olds. Call them your fur babies. Don't you keep those things outside now. Don't you keep the pit bulls outside. You let them in your bedroom now. Be a good dog owner. Don't be a bad dog owner. They ridicule each other like this. Make all kinds of nasty memes. This is how a bad dog owner behaves. They'll show a dog chained up outside. Look, they're treating this dog like an animal. It's not an animal. It's a 2-year-old child. What a wacky... That's too wacky for me, man. That's too far. Like, that's something somebody on crack would say. And, but that's actually reality. Oh my goodness. Where did we just end up? How did we get here? Man, oh man. Yeah. So, the nuttery just does not stop. It truly does not stop. I took a much needed break. I find benefit in resting my nerves. And in a few days' time, there's just an avalanche of stories. It's like, it's crazy. And it's often, all you have to do is look for it. And it's there. Nobody looks for it. Nobody wants to hear anything bad about dogs. As soon as they hear it or hear about it, they tell themselves, oh, it's very rare. So they tell themselves it's rare, they're not going to look into it. That's all. That's all it is. We've heard too many people who said, I had no idea it was that prevalent after they discovered the statistics. There's a lot of people have said that.
Fort Worth man is recovering with major wounds to his face and his hands after a dog attack.
The vicious attack happened in far northwest Fort Worth, near Bailey Boswell and Old Decatur Roads. Alicia Barrera spoke to the man's wife and neighbors, who are all demanding answers tonight.
Hi, dog.
Oh no, that's that crazy family. This was one of the craziest stories I've ever heard in my life. I've ever reported on in my life. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, people. That's sad. That's very sad. This is very sad. And if you don't already know, 2 stray pit bulls came up to their home. Their home. And they start playing with them. Start playing with 2 stray pit bulls. And they attacked them. They said at first it was friendly. Then they attacked. It's too much. The obliviousness to danger been bred right out of the psyche of people. Just with a few commercials, a few ads, ASPC ads. Really? The human mind is that easy to manipulate? That is fascinating. That's fascinating stuff to me. How you can bamboozle people like that. Look, nobody can make me feel ashamed of how I am. And I wouldn't try to make anyone feel ashamed how they are, unless how they are impacts my existence. And even when I speak on it because of that, I don't want to. It's not a pleasant thing to have to do. You know? When I find time, I compliment dog owners. That's a fact. When I take my attention away from their dog or from dogs, I compliment dog owners on their gifts, their talents. No problem with that. But this dog culture is too much. It's too dumb. It's not good to be dumb. You should not practice dumbness. That can't be good for the human mind. An organism this advanced, you shouldn't work against it. Don't practice dumbness and unintelligence. That can probably regress the brain. You know, that could probably lead to self-destruction. That's a bad idea. At the very least, you have to admit that's a bad idea. You don't do that. You have to do what's smart, no matter how rough it is. That's just how it is. We all have our challenges. Look, I'm no better than everybody else. I'm just like everybody else. I have a whole lot of challenges, but I'm aware of them, and I try nonstop. I try. You have to try. You have to try to live a smart life, no matter what. Everything else will fall into place. Do everything you know you're supposed to do, and stop doing stuff that you know you're not supposed to do. It's really that simple. That said, alone can prevent you from being a dangerous threat to entire communities and your own flipping families. My goodness. It's too much. Shout out to everybody who've joined me up in here. Hope y'all been doing well. It's Friday. Hope you all relaxed, kicking it, keeping your blood pressure down. I want people to calm down. I know that might sound weird. I want people to always try to be mindful of staying calm. You can do everything better when you're calm. If you debate someone, always be mindful to stay calm. You'll do a better job. And it'll help your heart. I just feel like some people I interact with, their hearts, like I can feel their high blood pressure. And a lot of times they're not relaxed. It's like, I don't know. I worry for people like that. Stay calm and except when you see a worthless mutant. You better be on high alert then. Right? Y'all be safe out here. I don't know what your weather is like. It's kind of cold here. Be safe out here. Practice your kung fu, your choking skills. All right? Always remember that. Be ready. Stay clean and fresh, germ-free, bacteria-free, parasite-free. And have yourselves a marvelous weekend. And I hope to see you all back on the next live stream as we continue with this crusade.